Alright, everybody, let's talk blades. That's what we're into today. Got for you guys Rough Rider. Now, if you're not able to afford a case knife, Rough Rider is your way to go. I think they have some decent knives for the money. They are a cheaper alternative, so don't expect their quality to be, tip top. But at the same time, they got some good stuff. Now, in the past, I've gotten rid of a lot of my cheaper knives, but these kind of knives are actually they're nice. I enjoy them very much. I think they're great. I think they're all around awesome knives, regardless. So I'm a guy who appreciates all knives. So this one today is going to be the titanium coated steel. Now I've never always high quality handmade pocket knives. So that's the box. It's got a magnet closure onto it. So the knife goes in there inside of this plastic sleeve. Nothing too huge. I think this knife is under $30, I think. So here it is. It's got camel bone, I think is the scales on there. Camel bone, and I think that's red micarta or red plastic. Someone was telling me that it's probably just like a really, really cheap material. The little separators right there, you can see. It's all pin construction. It feels, you can hear that it feels a little bit hollow. So it does feel a little bit on the heavy side with this bad boy. This is, I think that's their extra large trapper. I think it's listed under. Yeah, so this is their extra large trapper, I believe. It's what I purchased it off of eBay under. And it is sharp. I kind of almost filleted my finger there a little bit. But yeah, it's titanium coated stainless steel. And there it is, 440 razor sharp steel. And then, okay, on the other side. So you kind of have like this, they're, it's really strange. I don't even know what to call these trailing points. Drop points, recurve. I want to say that they're both kind of, this one's a recurve and then this one's kind of like a Persian. If I had to say which one. Not bad knives. As big of a knife this is going to kind of weigh you down. It's got the brass liners in there as well, so you got a little bit of weight. This thing kind of weighs like a brick. So got the Rough Rider emblem right there and here. Very simple. Nail nicks are nice and rigid in there. They got little jimping areas right there, scallop jimping. It's kind of it's a nice knife, little back pocket knife. I shouldn't say little, but it says titanium on the blade. If I can get it to focus, titanium on the blade, Rough Rider on the very bottom portion of the knife. Sorry about the lighting. I got the sun coming in, so it's a little bit strange. RR1778 China. If I can get this other one open here. So it's not a bad knife overall. I have carried this for a day, literally a day, and I did not like it. That's rare for me to say that, right? I did not like carrying this knife, only because for as big as it is, I probably could have thrown a string in there or a lanyard in there to really, really give it something, because it doesn't have a pocket clip. This thing is pretty big. Okay. So I'm going to get into the specs of this knife. If you're curious about this titanium Rough Rider, I found this on eBay, so I kind of went through a little fit of minimalism where I just started thinking, man, I really like these traditional folders. So when I got this one, I was a little excited, but I was also kind of let down because of how heavy this thing is. This thing is not pocket friendly at all, at least to me anyway. But it's not a bad knife for the collection. If you want to collect a knife like this, it's not bad. It's just a little bit bigger. Just keep that in mind. It's a big knife. It is sporting a little bit over a 4-inch blade, so 4 1/8 of blade, with an overall 9 1/4, shy of maybe 9 1/8. I want to say 9 1/8 inches altogether, fully extended. Now I'm trying to do this carefully. I'm trying to see, okay, so both blades are 4 inches. I was trying to see whether or not they're the same length, and they are. So you're looking at 2 4-inch blades on this knife. With it closed, you're looking at a total of 5 inches in the pocket of just plain brick handle. And we'll get into the weight. So it's pretty heavy. Damn. 6.58 ounces on this knife. Big knife. Big boy knife. Now, this sort of thing is kind of, personal preference, really. I'm not trying to say that this is a bad knife. I'm trying to say that this knife isn't for everybody. With it almost being 7 ounces, that's kind of out of my realm of what I'm used to carrying. And I can tell you right now that when I did carry this, I didn't enjoy it very much. I knew it was there, and I knew it was there the entire day. It was not comfortable. I tried switching pockets with it. I tried putting it in my front pocket. It just weighed me down. I tried putting it in my back pocket. It hurts sitting on it. It's just, you got to keep in mind what you're getting yourself into, what you're signing up for when you get a knife like this. Plenty sharp, though. It's really sharp. So we'll get into the calipers. Now, both blades have a different shape to them, so I'm going to try and get both blades in there if I can. So you're looking at a 16.8 on the handle, and you're looking at a 2.4 on the blade, on the main blade, and then this weird kind of Persian-y looking one, aside from the recurve. Whoa, that's a sharp blade. With a 1.9, so if that matters at all. So Rough Rider, it's kind of like the budget case knives. Carrying this knife was not great, but using it was nice. Using a nice big traditional 4-inch blade. Now this is a slip joint. This does not have any locking mechanism, so just keep that in mind. You have to cut forward in order to keep it open. Other than that, anything that hits on the back of the spine will release the lock, so just keeping that in mind. I keep saying keeping it in mind, so keep that in mind, everybody. Titanium coated, I guess that kind of means that you got some sort of protection on that blade, so it can protect it from any rust or a little bit of wear. So that's kind of nice, having a titanium coated knife. So it's the very first one in my collection having a titanium coated knife. I think that's a very interesting kind of thing to have. And that is, someone said it was camel bone. That's fine. It's bone. And I think that's really attractive. Fit and finish on this knife seems to be fair. I see a couple of gaps here and there, but for the price range, it's acceptable. Nice big knife. Nice big, if you live on a farm, this is what I picture somebody carrying in their back pocket, doing all the yard work and all the farm work and stuff. I can picture this in somebody's back pocket, definitely. As far as durability goes, I feel it's going to be about at par or the same as case knives. If not, case knives are probably going to be a little bit better because, you get what you pay for, right? I know that's not always true, but with something like this, it's actually not bad for the money, like I said. Even if you're just collecting it, if you're throwing this in a nice padded display case on a wall, this is still going to look really attractive. It just has, I don't know, it has that kind of appeal to it because it is titanium coated. And at the price range that it's at, it's can't really go wrong too much with these. Like I said, though, this thing kind of weighs. I keep doing this because it's got so much weight to it. It really does. really, really does. Right now I'm carrying a Spartaco Military in my pocket right now, and that thing is slim and lightweight, and it's a 4-inch knife with G10. This is 4-inch knife blades. You got 2 blades on there. You got bone handles. You got pinned construction, brass, skeletons, brass bones, brass liners, excuse me. You got the nickel silver bolsters here. This thing's gonna just be a brick in your pocket. So it's gonna be a nice big heavy thing if that's what you're into. I know a lot of guys are like that. There's someone that I know that likes heavy knives. He just likes the feel of the heavy knife in the pocket. So my personal thoughts on this knife, if you're not allowed to carry a locking knife, but you are allowed to carry a 4-inch knife, then this might be up your ante. You gotta be really careful because it does weigh a ton in your pocket, and it almost feels like I'm carrying extra change on me. That's not great when it comes to carrying a knife on you. You want it to be comfortable. I'm so used to carrying a knife that weighs so much less. Carrying this big boy just really made it uncomfortable. It made me feel like a cat in a tuxedo with this in my pocket, and I just didn't like the feeling. It just felt really, like I just needed to get it. I needed a day to get over so that I can just put this back in my collection and not have to carry it for the rest of the day. But aesthetically, it's really nice looking, and it works. It cuts. It's sharp. I don't know. It's really hard to explain, but not really my cup of tea. I don't think I would ever buy a second one of these. I don't know. Not really my thing. But it is a nice knife overall, and it's got that kind of aesthetic to it. I like the colors that the bone has on it. It just looks, I don't know, it looks really different to me, and it feels nice. Everything feels nice. The ergonomics are great. If I hold this knife in a certain way, I can tell it's a big boy knife. Definitely. So, and like I said, it's plenty sharp. So it does what it needs to do, and it works very well at it. It doesn't really. Now, if I had a sheath for this, even if it's just a leather slip that I can just throw it in and kind of put in my back. I mean, I think that would kind of make it a little bit better. But as it stands, it's a really, really heavy knife. But it looks nice, though. It's really pretty. Can't really go wrong with a knife like this. Rough Rider has a whole bunch of stuff. You look them up on traditional knives, and they got a whole bunch of really, really affordable traditional knives. So if you don't want to go the case route, because believe me, case knives can be plenty expensive, try Rough Rider. Give them a little bit of a look-see and see what you can look for. That made no sense. Anyways, oh man, I appreciate you guys dealing with me, because there are times when I know I probably haven't eaten today and I need to grab a bite before I go insane. And I kind of show it like, oh dude, like what's wrong with you, man? Like, I don't know. Less sleep, dehydration, hungry. Damn it, stay there. Anyways, go ahead and slash that like button, stab that subscribe, slice that bell icon so you guys are notified anytime I post new stuff. In these craziest of times, everybody, please be kind, be safe, carry responsibly, and I will see you all awesomely amazing people in the next video.